Today what we have here is a Midland 77 805D UK. So we had that 77104D UK. This is the Portapak version, and we've got a factory original mic which I've tested. I think that's a different source, and I've made up a brand new test mic especially for this video. So we've got a standard replacement mic to test against the factory original mic. So remember, this is a speaker mic, this is a microphone only, there is no loudspeaker in the set. You have to use it with an extension speaker if you're going to use a standard replacement mic. So that's your portableness gone. You can of course plug headphones in the back. So this, I've been using this to test that microphone I made up with and the set that basically works. Don't have to worry about the speaker. This is a late one, isn't it? It's crystal filtered. So I think we're coming on to the 1990s with this one, but it's not date coded. Because it's 2781 approved, I think we're heading towards it being PR 2794. So it's had some tape there. Do I need to worry why it's had any tape there? That's the loading coil for the aerial when you use it with the Portapak. So it should be a very straightforward tune-up. You never know, it might already be spot on. If I remember right, the 13.8 volts, despite it saying 12 on the back. It says 13.2, so that's fine. So where's my first stumbling block? I don't seem to have got the power lead here. That's frustrating, isn't it? Is this it? I'm sure this thin little lead will do. Right, power it up. And on we are. And of course with this version it always boots up on channel 9. The slightly better version without the D in the number has got the 9 on the channel selector switch, because this is just an up down really. So we're going to use the standard replacement mic which I've prepared specially. To order more mics. I'll tell you what, there aren't many of these left at the wholesaler. Like 100. Don't know what we move on to then. Is that going to be the end of screened leads? Right, we will switch picture in picture on. Let's have a look. I'm on the 3 watts scale, that's high power. And oh yes, it takes half a second to go into transmit. We can see it getting more modern. Oh, I'm on channel 9. Let's start on channel 20. Two 2.9. 2.9. 2.9. It sounds like it's already spot on, and just needs us to bring the power up if that's possible. Right, let's just see if we're right. No, because that's 3 watts. Change scales. Don't think we've got anything else down there. That's the one you're going to not touch. And there's going to be a power preset, which is probably that one. Isn't that? No, I better look back at my notes. I thought there would be a power preset on this version. I've just got the D version of the 77104 out. I really ought to take a photo of this when I've done it, and then we can... there are differences round the receiver, but we've got an extra preset there as well. This is power. I don't know why I didn't observe it altering the power in the first place, but there is the power. There's down, there's up. That's low power. I don't think that's adjustable. That should be meter. Yes, it is. Right. So we've got peak. It was at full, and we've got peak at 3 watts. I'm going to run through this again. And that's it. That doesn't have a core. And the one down there is the one you'd do for the... I'll just check that core's in the right position. The one's the one you do with the spectrum analyzers. We won't touch that. That's a bit disappointing, isn't it? I'm going to just change power leads just in case the rather thin one I put on is restricting the power. But first of all, we'll do some other remedial things, like put the radio on frequency. It's miles off. 2779056. There we go. while its reading is 3.8 kilohertz on deviation, and we'll check that with the test set in a bit. So the S meter, when I key up, is reading 3, and so we'll sort that out. It is that preset in a bit. If I remember right, the squelch is that one. Right, let's put the signal generator on. So 27, we were on CPT yesterday. Seven nine one two five. Right, so let's have a look what it says on the SINAD meter. Oh, they don't normally work this well. 0.47. Not 0.4. I don't think it's in a D version work this well. Squelch, turn it to full on the radio, and I'd like it to come in at 100 microvolts. So 3, 10, 30, 100. It never opens. Sensitivity on receive for the squelch. Set threshold on the radio with the signal generator off. Signal generator back on. Nearly in at 0.3. 0.32. That's incredible that it's never opening on the maximum anyway. We'll sort that out. And the S meter, we'll put 100 microvolts on. It's reading full whack, which it shouldn't. So that's 3, that's 4. That's not applicable, it doesn't have that. Right, let's go through the receiver. I'm not going to improve on this, I'm sure I'm not. We'll chuck with the detector 100 microvolts to start with from the signal generator. We'll just put enough to get a meaningful trace. Miles out. That's probably why it's so sensitive. Right, let's go through the front end. That one wanted a bit, that's perfect. Did I say it's crystal filtered, this one, so it's really late version. Fraction on that one. Right, let's see what we've got now. I don't believe it. We've got 0.35. This has got to be the best D version I've ever come across. Let's see where we are with the squelch now. 100 microvolts on the test set. Still never opens, so it's that preset. That's now opening at 100 microvolts. So let's see where it is on its sensitivity. Set it on the radio. Signal data on at 0.3. Straight in. It's now 0.25. I've just checked I'm in the right mode on the signal generator because it's very, very good. Dear oh dear, I can't get over this. So we've done squelch. Let's do the S meter. Put S9 on the radio. These usually read low as well, but not on this one. Check the volume control for dirtiness. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to get a different power lead and we'll just see whether that's what's dragging my power down. Okay, we're back on with a different power lead, which is capable of 2 amps plus. Of course, I've got to switch the radio now back to channel 20 because these boot up on 9, don't they? Let's see where we are with transmit now. Oh, that's better. 4.1 watts. Power lead restricting it. I'll just check our tune-up point is correct. It's peaking at 4.4 watts. Let's say they normally do somewhere around 4 watts. Now we'll drop the power to 4 watts. We will when we find it. And check the other channels. Channel 1, 4 watts. Channel 40, not quite. Just see which one is affecting it, and then we'll go for another retune. None of them are affecting it. Well, that's interesting. Right, back to channel 20. Just put it back to full whack. I don't want to be on full whack for long. Don't want to damage the set. It's beyond what it's supposed to be doing. Right, turn the power down again. Watts. Channel 40. 3.9 watts. That's better. It was about 3.75. Oh, it smells hot. Don't like that when that happens. So our power consumption, I didn't note it before, it's now 1.096. And low power, I've got on the 3 watt scale, it's 190 milliwatts. Unless that's low power. is. We haven't done deviation yet. That's squelch. That's... yeah, it's got to be deviation then, hasn't it? Right, we'll go over to the other test set and just check where the deviation is. Of course, I've now upset it from what it was. Wow, it's about 3 point something, so we'll just turn that down. Wow. Now I'm going to test it with the factory speaker mic. Make sure there's no difference. Wow, no, there's no difference. So I want to see the difference between how these sounds, because as you know, those factory original speaker mics fetch a lot of money second hand, working or not. Good. Right. So it was about 3.8, so the machine wasn't lying. See what it says on the Marconi test set now. Wow, that was spot on what it should be. So it's reading right today. So it's 2.2 to 2.5. Good. So we've got power, RF meter, S meter, squelch, deviation. Disappointed that we can't adjust the low power. 190 milliwatts is crummy. Now, oh yeah, the power meter on the set supposed to be able to get 1 bar lighting, but not so on this set. So I'll keep that at full whack, but as you can see, we've got nothing lighting on low power. On full power, it all lights. So it may do when it's on an aerial rather than on a dummy low, but I can't do more than set that to maximum. So I think that's a bit lower than it ought to be, but it's not a fail criteria. It does work. So that's the only disappointment. So the radio is doing a full 4 watt output and is very good on receive, which surprises me. So I didn't need my soldering iron, and we'll put it back together. I'm honestly surprised that I was able to bring the receiver up because it was so good in the first place. But the detector was well out, so the radio would have been garbled. Probably quiet and garbled. So we're going to do an on-the-air test with Mr. Chippy, and we're going to use this standard replacement mic for the whole test, and then right at the end, when we go through to my base station, we'll introduce the factory original speaker mic. So a very late D version, folks. There we go. Let's plug it into the aerial, turn the test gear off. Turn picture in picture off. And I'll swap the speaker from the test instrument speaker to the Shaman's SW711 speaker. which we have mounted on the wall. Right. We're on the aerial on a very sensitive set. Not as sensitive as a Binary 75 star though. 1 and a Roger. They're all having their tea. Nineteen Roger. No Roger. Okay, so we're doing on the air test. Didn't that work well? It's one of our sets, by the way, that. Thanks for watching.